Welcome back to Let's Play a Nice Guy in Dragon Age Origins. Our stealthy nice guy is having very serious difficulties sneaking past this corner and getting into the field of view of the mercenary over there without getting into combat mode. I mean, that is to say, it's not really that this mercenary has noticed him or anything. It's just combat mode is entered when I get into the vicinity of him. Oh, because in this case, even like an idiot, Adelstan managed to run into a trap as well. But actually, yeah, look, mercenary still ain't doing nothing. Because we can't activate stealth in combat, so I wish we could jump down there. Ah, that's that's him doing something. That was the
yes,
mercenary firing off the ballista, actually.
just tell me what to do.
Well, if we both beat a bit of a retreat, maybe it's possible to go into stealth again. No, not in combat. Right, so while Adelstan would really love to try and sneak in there, which is where it needs to go, that seems to be pretty hard to do. All this guy is firing ballista shots all over the place. And it seems we're probably going to have to... The game doesn't really play nice here, I think. Clearly the game just assumes you've got to kill that mercenary. So, well, Adelstan and his scout are going to sneak forward again, because it seemed the mercenary lost track of him right now. But again, once we enter this sort of visual range, we get combat mode. He's not doing anything now, though. He can't actually see us. But we're still, since we're in combat mode.
Be careful.
Yes, there are some traps there, but
Watch your step. This might be a trap.
really what Adelstan wants to do is just get in there, but while in combat, apparently cannot do this. So I think what's going to happen is this scout, not Adelstan. Adelstan just wants to get in there. But I think this scout is basically gonna... He's worried. I think he's gonna go on... Let's see, does he even have a... Yeah. Does have a mace and a blade, so I think he is about to assault that mercenary, and Adelstan is like, "What? What? Hey! What? Come on! Why did you do that? I was just gonna get in the door, you silly." Oh. Crap. So now the entire mercenary party has been wiped out. Right, maybe those two should... The fighters should still sort of stay a little bit behind, because there might be other enemies easy now, and you know, Adelstan and the scout are gonna just go in here, and Adelstan is obviously sighing very deeply right now because he really hoped he didn't have to do that, but I honestly couldn't find any other way to get in there. I guess the scout just wasn't taking the chance of opening that door and that getting fired on by the ballista, because it's in an excellent position obviously to... Door goes open, boom, ballista fires. Alright, maybe. Okay. Oh, I'm at the wrong door actually. That's not the one. This is the one, isn't it? No? It's down there, is it? Oh, come on. The ballista's not in a good position to fire on that door. The one over there, yes, but this one, I mean, the ballista's positioned in that direction. It should have been able to sneak in here, really. Of course, once we do that, of course, I suppose Gorham and Frandl and Ivo just show up with us. But it's, and then as we walk forward, apparently stealth mode dissipates.
How do we get the shield?
Good question, Gorham. One should take a look around. There must be a clue somewhere.
You two, see if you can spot anything.
Sarcophagus? That sounds about right.
It seems some of these tiles are different from the others.
Oh, that makes sense, Gorham. Sounds like there's some of the tiles did something. There was sort of a clack as we stepped onto it. So there's an indentation here in this sarcophagus that seems to match the Aeducan signet ring perfectly. Of course, Adelstan is going to press his signet ring against the indentation. But nothing happens, apparently. Is that looked like some kind of touch plate. Yeah. Alright, so maybe we've got to do them in a specific order or something. Or perhaps quite simply, you know, boys, maybe I've got some instructions for you guys. Gorham, why don't you step over to that touch plate right there behind me, thank you, and then Frandl and Ivo, I think there's a touch plate over there that you can go to, thanks, and then finally Mr. Scout, there's one other touch plate over there, if you would kindly stand upon that. Well, something I think happened. Nailstone's gonna try the sarcophagus again. This time the lid of the sarcophagus slides away, revealing a small hollow that contains the Shield of Aeducan. So... right, it requires a lot more strength than Adelstan has. Even if he really used the shield very much. It's heavy, I guess. Anyway, let's pick it up.
We've got it.
Yep.
Doesn't look like much. The skill of our crafters has come far since then. But still, the Shield of Aeducan.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Obviously, Adelstan is not that superstitious to think the strength of Aeducan is in the shield. Well, that's not obvious actually. There might be a portion of his strength in the shield, perhaps, but mainly, yeah, I think Edelson views the shield as a symbol, mainly.
If it helps rally the troops, it's a good thing.
Point. Good point. So, where's the rendezvous point again?
Back in the direction we came from, at the crossroads.
To the crossroads.
Well then, let's off. There's been enough blood here today. Enough Dwarven blood. Nonetheless, I think
Stick to the shadows.
might be a good idea to be cautious. And we'll have the two sneaky guys go out stealthed.
Did you hear me? Any more?
Right. And there are suddenly dark spawn all over the place. Let's try and get a bit of an overview here. Pausing it. That's it. Genlock. Yeah, dark spawn all over. More of them over there. So maybe we should try and use stealth to best possible effect. Maybe this maybe the scout can sneak up on one of their archers, and then maybe Adelstone can also try and sneak off somewhere.
Mercenaries.
Meanwhile, okay, there's a blight wolf over here that looks pretty tough. Maybe Gorham and Fandon Ivo can try and deal with this Genlock.
Aye.
Really has time to. Oh, that opened them wide to the archers, but they would have been able to fire on them anyway. I think. Maybe Fandon Ivo can sort of shield bash the Genlock and push it down. And you know what? There's another Genlock coming in from over there. You keep moving, because this is a nice position keeping you away from the archers, but I think Adelstan is actually gonna try and get a sneak attack on this Genlock instead. Or maybe it could actually go for the getting a sneak attack on the Blight Wolf. Clearly a bigger threat. Oh crap, we were detected anyway. Oh well. I don't know what the heck you're trying to do. Alright, so, alright, fair enough. You deal with the archer. Let's just try and get down this Genlock, shall we? Excellent, Adelstan is now right, and you seem to send this archer running, basically. This Blight Wolf is a bit of a problem for Gorham, probably. Alright. What on earth did... I don't know what... Adelstan... Alright, fair enough. Time for Franlin, Ivo and Adelstan to try and go after this Blight Wolf. Ideally, of course, Adelstan would prefer to attack from behind.
I've got your back!
But of course, then he just turns his right against us. The scout is here. Right, he's not doing very much. Damn fool. Oh, of course. turn off a whole position thing, and that's probably what got a lot of things going a bit wrong there. And as for you, you know what? Switch back to your bow, shall you? Take position down there where you're maybe out of range of those archers, or at least you've got some cover, and then fire on the Blight Wolf. And you try and knock the Blight Wolf down with a shield bash with you. It's going after Aedelstone, which is a bit of a nuisance. He's not the toughest of them, alright. Much better. Now, right. Let's deal with these guys. Alright, he's been shredded apparently as Aedelstone, that's not good. Still gonna hit these guys though. His specialty is attacking several enemies at once, actually. Oh, and he's not gonna be able to actually do that here. Fine, friendly Nivo, help us out, would you?
Right away.
Okay, you're gonna attack. Good. Now the Archer is interrupted. Ready. We're gonna need probably Archer help to try and deal with that. Okay. Scout, I gave you an order to try and fire on the genlock. Why are you not doing anything, you stupid scout? Finally, thank you. Much better. Alright, we got that out of that one more or less intact. And these are Darkspawn, and Aedelstone has absolutely no mercy for Darkspawn, and also no qualms about taking whatever interesting stuff they might carry. Whereas the Dwarven corpses, he's going to leave alone. Their whatever relatives they might have had. Well, I guess the chances of them retrieving the corpses of their relations are pretty slim, but nonetheless, he's definitely not going to steal their stuff or anything. And the crossroads are over. Yeah, that's where we need to go. Where we came from. Alright. The Darkspawn were able to find us. Just, you know what I probably should do here.
Very well.
Alright, disarm failed anyway.
Of
There's
course.
obviously a little bit of experience mining that you can do by disarming traps, but that does require you to actually be capable of disarming them, which apparently Aedelstone isn't. And I'm not going to slow down the Let's Play just to get that scout to disarm any traps.
If Trian were really scheming against us, this would be the perfect place for an ambush. We've got the shield, and we're all alone out here.
That's a good point. Aedelstone's not gonna slander his brother, and he's certainly not gonna try to kill his brother, but he's not quite so naive that he doesn't think that it's above his brother too. He doesn't think that, you know, his brother isn't capable of doing something, so best we keep our wits about us, eh, Gorham?
Of course.
What's that you're muttering about?
Right, and here comes the scout wondering what we're muttering about. Well, would Aedelstone share with a more or less stranger? Well, given that this scout will probably be in the middle of the ambush, maybe he has a right to know. that my brother Trian might actually be trying to ambush us.
Fantastic. As if the Darkspawn weren't enough to worry about.
Just keep your eyes open.
What was that? That didn't sound good. Alright. Well, Gorim suggested this is a perfect spot for an ambush. So, in that case, probably a good idea to try and scout things out a bit. Right? If that's really going to work, then the others are going to have to hold their position, I think. Well, Edelstan and the other... Oh. Come on. I want the two of us at least to scout ahead together. I don't want Edelstan doesn't want to walk into whatever ambush or trap all on his own. Some strength, and at least there being two of us. Oh, more traps. Maybe if you stop being stealthy, can we disarm the traps then? No. Right, so there's no there's no sort of there's no experience to grind there, is there? Which is a bit of a shame, because if I'm successful, every time I'm successful in avoiding combat, I'm of course voluntarily giving up on the possible experience I would gain for killing someone, so it's kind of a way to... It's a pretty effective way to... Oi, where's the scout? Oi, I'm starting... You're not really following as you should. And of course I'm, as always, confused. I'm going in the wrong direction, aren't I? Oh, come on. Oh! Alright. Never mind the frigging sneaking then. I think it's the... yeah, it's the cutscene what... it's the cutscene, basically, that threw me... there we go. Hold position. Stealth. And the two of us. No, hang on, I think I see the problem. I gotta use the different kind of controls. I have to, if I just select two and then just use the arrow keys to have them move, then I can only command one of them that way, apparently. There we go. I think I lost my sense of direction there with the cutscene. That got me all confused and I went in the wrong direction. I mean, I really don't have a sense of direction. That's sort of, it's even worse in a computer game, but it's kind of, that's kind of the way I am in real life as well, so... kind of typical. No ambushes so far. But I think also the cutscene there confused me a little bit. Sort of takes you out of the... Right, the rest of the party is obviously lagging behind a lot now, so... Turn off the whole position, and they were able to move in very quickly. Yeah. The other two, let's have the scouts keep scouting ahead. There we go. And apparently giving sort of several people orders in these cramped corridors was surprisingly difficult. Here we go. What's that?